Hello, everyone, again, and welcome to Smart Investing. I'm Albert, the host of the channel, and basically, this is the video for the banking sector. I'm going to continue the video for that continuation of the sector. I don't know how many stocks I have left. There are like 700 stocks for the banking sector. It's just insane. It's a crazy amount of stocks that need to be reviewed, but I'm here to do that. Man of my word. This is honestly the most challenging sector just because there's a high amount. It's just insane. Uh, there's so many sectors that need to be reviewed, but so far, I haven't done that many sectors over the 2 years that I've been doing this channel. But again, this is the toughest sector because there's so many banks. Uh, and then as far as the banking sector as well, the banking sector is not a sector that really initiates how can like what is it like takeovers and acquisitions. Banks aren't really known for that. You see them in the tech sector or healthcare and all these other sectors, but yeah, they don't really do a lot of takeovers. So I have the list in front of me. It's a pretty long list. I'm just gonna get right to it. It's about 30 companies on this list, more or less. So we're gonna be reviewing this fundamentally and a little bit of technicals. So let's begin. The first one that I have up for the banking sector, I have MFG. So let's take a look at that. Mizuho. So Mizuho is Japan, the Japanese based investment. So let's just look at the numbers here. Let me take out my pen. Let me just use my pen. Okay. So if we look at the chart for the 1 year, and I will show the 5 year, looks like it's on a downtrend. Now it looks like it's going flat. So for the year, it looks like it's going flat. As you can see here, it is under the 200, barely touching. Sorry. Let's zoom in for that. So right here, we can easily see it touched the 200 right there, and it's barely even touching the 200 MA. So stock price 2.7. I don't like that. The volume. So this is number one. Now I'm looking at this. Market cap is pretty good. I do not like this. That I do not like. This I like. This I like. This I do not like. PE. It's kind of low, but depending on certain factors, it just really depends. They do pay a dividend. That's always nice. It can be nice. Usually banks do. Year percentage, I don't really care about this one. When it comes to yields, I don't really care. To me, it's more about this, the actual total amount that they give you. So now let's look at the analysis. Let's see if they show a recommended chart. So it looks like it's in a wedge. That's not too bad. So now let's look at. I'm not even gonna go. I'm not sorry, but I'm not even gonna go through the financials. Not too crazy about it. Revenue, net income, debt. So we have dividends. We do pay dividends. Any splits? No. Dividends. Okay. So this stock MFG, I'd say no. I don't really like it. I'm not fond of it. So I'd say no to this one. Too cheap. I'm sure they don't give good dividend raises. You can see they only give 5 cents. It's not a lot. The yield looks nice for a lot of people, but again, I don't know why people are always so hyped about yields when the majority of stocks, they're always going to pay you the same. There's not a lot of stocks that give you a raise, and if they do, you'll be lucky enough to find that give you a decent raise. So again, a lot of people always go for the yield percentage, but I say the opposite. Always try to go for the total dividend amount with increases. So next up, let's move on to the next one because there's a bunch. So I have B. Let me move my camera. Okay, let's do that. So I have BCOW. Wisconsin. That's a big drop. Looking flat. I shouldn't have to explain that. The volume, I do not like. This I do not like. The price 52-week high and 52-week low. I do not like that. PE ratio seems like it's growing fast, but that doesn't matter to me. They don't pay a dividend. Company's cheap. Dump it. So I already looked at that evaluation. We can look at the chart again. There you go. But I'd say no. Awful stock. Next one up. Let's look at the next one. Next one up, SC. Santander Consumer. Hold up. It said it was delisted. That's weird. So I guess they delisted recently. That's usually a takeover, an acquisition. Usually, like I said, acquisitions are not really common. Very few acquisitions. I mean, you see them every once in a while. I mean, not as much as other stocks is what I'm saying lately. So this ain't bad. This price, looking at the price, that's usually an active amount. That's pretty active. Looking at the 52-week low, 52-week high, that looks nice. Pretty cheap. That looks pretty good. The earnings, that's pretty damn good. The yield ain't too bad. So as you can see, they went flat from July. Come on, pen. So all the way from July, so you can see sorry, my line was a little off. So since July, now let's look into that. They must have been acquired, as you can see, very inactive and nothing. It's just been flat and quiet. It said it has been delisted. Let's look into that. So I just don't want people asking me questions. So let's say. So here it is. This is what it looks like. Consumer merger with Spanish banking giant approves and completes an offer. So some kind of acquisition. So yeah, there you have it. Next up, FCAP. Volume I don't like. Earnings per share not bad. Dividend. Okay. Look at that chart. Let's look at the 1 year dropping like a roller coaster. See that drop for the 1 year? Do not like it. Let's look at the 5 year. Still not attractive. Let's look at the dividends. Rising dividends, not bad. Any splits? Nope. That's good. So now, where do they do business? Again, Louisville, Kentucky. But again, I do not like the downtrend and the no volume. So I say no to this stock. Do not like it. I don't even have to look at their debt just by technicals. We can look at their finances. Let's look at their yearly estimates. So earnings said it was there. They don't show debt capability, so let's look a little bit deeper. Nothing for 2021. You're right. So now let's look at their balance sheets. Really high debt again for the banking system. I'm not surprised. Usually around 90%. But again, I don't like the stock. I'm not fond of it. I just don't like it. Sure, there's a few of them that are better. Next up, I have AUBAP, Atlantic Union Bank Shares Corporation. So let's look here. Let's look at the chart. Sorry about that. They had a big drop. They had a big drop in the past month. So let's look at that. So we're talking about, let's say 28. Let's round it off to 28. This one as low as 26. That looks like a big drop, but in reality, it's not. It's not even the price. It's just the chart. Just the chart. It's just whoa. That's a minor drop. And look at all those ups and downs. Look at that. Look at all that. It's just I don't like that. It's highly volatile. I'd stay away from it. Again, you're not gonna get a lot of capital gains. You're looking at a share price. Again, look, you're looking at a price of 26 all the way to 28. What, a $2 difference? So if it does go up, you only gain what, a measly $2. That's not really attractive for investors. I sure wouldn't like that as well. Let's move on to the next one. HTBK. BK. So let's look at that. Chart looks nice. Price can be better. The volume I like. The PE. The earnings ain't too bad. Dividend ain't too bad. Dividend yield's nice. This seems more like a growth stock. Looks more like a growth stock. Let's look at the analysis for the chart. Okay, looks pretty flat. Looks pretty flat for the most part. Come on, I don't know. Sometimes I can draw the line. But anyway, it looks pretty flat. Hopefully it can break out of this price range around the 1160. I mean, it's only gone from the 1160. It's only gone up barely $1. It needs to go up to like about here. So we're looking at about $15. I'm guesstimating. So it has work to do. It has a bunch of work to do. And again, these cheap companies, obviously some of them are bad, but every once in a while you may find a really good company. They're just, probably in bad times, or they're slow starting. They're playing the turtle race. They probably either have plans to pay debt or something. Just they don't have the right balance sheet as of yet. So they're stuck in a situation where they're just tight on money. I mean, that's just normal for anybody. Anybody can be tight on money at any given time. So it happens. So they're raising dividends. So let's see here and here. So 2019 and 2020. But then let's look at the other times they raised only by a penny. Did they have any splits? Okay, 1999. Sorry, but I just think this stock is moving too slow. It had a year to move up. And again, Wall Street is the one who decides if they like the stock or not. So this doesn't seem like a stock that big firms uh tend to like. So I mean, that's just the nature of it. Next up I have is NKSH National Bank shares. Volume is at 17K. Again, I'm using the Webull platform. Sorry if I didn't mention that. So we have the earnings at 3.1, dividend at 1.4. Yield is okay, price is okay. So now let's look at the charts for the 1 year. Actually, the 5 year, let me see. So the bottom for the 5 years, let's say 25 all the way to 46. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's look at the company. Actually, analysis first. Let's look at the charting range. Pretty flat for the past year, as you can see, guys. If you were to draw a line, let's start here because this is the higher. So right there, I need to continue the line. It'll be something like that. Sorry, it's crooked, but something like that. So it needs to break past this. So I'd say it's in a wedge formation, just by the looks of it. And again, I said even before I looked at that analysis, it looked pretty flat. So yeah, it needs work. Definitely not to other people's liking. And I don't mean the retail trader, I mean to these firms. I guess I think honestly it's a decent stock. I think it's a decent stock. I would definitely watch list it. I do like I know they only pay twice a year, but those are strict guidelines when these are companies that are trying to grow, especially when they're doing that, paying twice a year. And then if you look though, they're paying decent gains actually. And if you notice, every other year they're giving raises every other year. So that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. If they're giving every other year raises, that's still not bad. I'd keep an eye on this stock. I'd definitely keep an eye on this stock. Again, let me look at the 5 year, just for good measure. So let me extend this. Okay, now let me look at the 1 month. As we can see here, it is above its 200 moving average. So for a long-term trend, that doesn't seem too bad. I'd say watch list this company. Definitely. I definitely say watch list it. Add it to a watch list. So I'd put this one in a watch list. Next up I have is AGM. AGM, Farmer Mac. So we have AGM. Nice earnings. Nice dividend. Nice price. Nice volume. Let's look at the 1 year for the chart. Nice. So far, so good. Let's look at the analysis. So it's been going on an uptrend. Wedge formation. Let's see if they have consistent gains. Oh, I saw that debt. I do not like that debt. See that debt there? So that's pretty high. So we look at the split. Let's see when in 1999 was the last split. So dividends. Wow, okay. These are nice dividend raises. I'll say this. I definitely like the dividend raise. That's a really nice raise. You rarely see this raise. 8 cents, 10 cents, 12 cents. You rarely see dividend raises like that. I definitely would take advantage of this company. I definitely watch list it. The only thing I don't like is the debt. If I did a deeper dive for it, let's see what I don't like about this company. Let me see. I would have to look at the balance sheet, ROE. Let's take a look. Okay, the margins have gone up. That's good. What about their debt? The debt seems the same within the past 5 years. They don't seem like they're lowering their debt. That's not good. Again, I mean, it's a give and take. Like, the cash flow. Now let's look at the cash flow. They have good cash flow. And the finances are good. Balance sheet seems they could do better. It's just that debt. Doing that debt. I mean, it's just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Let's read about what they do. They seem to be good, but they just seem to. This is my recommendation, but although they are, or they seem like a good stock, I would put it on a watch list, but again, I just don't like the debt. They're actually corporate finance services. So basically, what is this? They purchase like rural land, or they make loans to borrowers in rural America. I see. Okay. They make loans to people that have like farmland. So next up, Gsbd. So we have Gsbd. I used to have this stock. They used to be a closed-end fund, but their price range, that's why I got rid of them on my watch list, my personal watch list. They were just so flat. They weren't really gaining anything. So, look at the analysis. Let's jump to that. Up and down, but I mean, still happy face. So, I mean, it's not much, because we have from here to here. That's only a $2 gain. It's only a $2 gain. That's not much. So far I do not like it. And again, people right away see this, but I don't care about that. I mean, you gotta look at other factors as well. The other overall factor. And then the dividends, yeah, they pay special dividends. Look, they paid special dividend in, let me see, so that was June. So this was February, June, July, August, and February. So that's twice. But is this consistent? No, it isn't. They just been paying 45 cents for the longest. I say no. I say stay away from it. Just move on, find another one. Next up that I have is RKBK, if that is right. Oh, sorry, RKKB. No, sorry, RB. So many of the same letters, it looks like. RBKB. There we go. Looks flat. That's obvious. Hope you guys can see that. That's for the 1 year. I don't even have to do a different time frame. So let's look at if they do have a list for the chart. They list a chart. Why is it jumpy like that? My phone is like jumpy. Okay. Again, it looks flat. Analysis. Again, it's flat. So let's look at the annual basis. That is high, 90%. Not surprised. They do not pay a dividend anymore. So why are they not? What's the price on this? $11. But then, okay, what do they do? Their stock holding company is New York Chartered Savings. Alright, babe. Wife is calling. I'll call her later. So, I'd say move on. Look at this here. 52-week high, 52-week low. $4 difference. Pretty flat. Stay away from it. Find another one. Next up is ISTR. ISTR. So we have it that it is earnings of 0.52. This might be low because of the market being closed. It's a weekend. That is pretty high. Let's look at the analysis for so it basically went up, went flat, and went down, and then went flat again. So that's not really appealing. Let's look at the dividend raise. So it only went 1 cent. Let's look at the chart again. It's not all that. It is not all that. Let's look at the next stock. Moving on to the next one. BKSC. Looking flat. I don't like it. Right away. So let's look at the earnings. So it looks like they cut off earnings per share 1.2, dividend 0.68. The financials real quick. I don't know why my wife keeps calling me. Hold on. That is at 89. And then the chart is looking flat. I'm not too crazy about it. So I'll move on to another one. Let's look at SUPV. And I have one more after this, and that will be it. I will do another video on more. Oh, I don't like that price. This is an awful company already. So they only pay a dividend of 1 penny per year. Are you kidding me? Nobody's gonna be interested in that. Yeah. And the stock is only worth $1 and change. Yeah, I don't think so. Awful, awful, awful. Bad stock. Let's move on to the next one, the last and final one for this video. PBIP, Prudential Bank Corp. $13, looking flat. It's just crazy. A lot of these bank stocks looking flat. Very flat. I don't have any numbers here. Let's look at the dividends. Horrible, 7 cents, 5 cents. Awful company. So there you have it. I reviewed probably 15. I'm gonna do another 15 after this video. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had maybe 1 or 2 stocks that were good out of the list. I'll jot them down in the description and stay tuned for more stocks. I mean, I've got a whole list of the banking stocks to do, so hopefully we can find some good ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll continue this video for the banking sector. Take care. Have a good weekend, guys. Stay tuned.